Okay, hey guys, so this will be the last recording. I hope that will, end sort of this little journey that I had with Divinity Original Sin 2's Tactician mode. So I just wanted to give myself the Red Prince ending. I do believe that I will be going through the other endings with my buddies. So in the actual final battle playthrough that I posted, I would have posted the ending decided by Ifan because Ifan was the one that apparently ended up speaking to Lucian first or something like that. So I just wanted to give it like a more holistic conclusion for him. And he decided to choose the purged ending, which is very interesting, a very impressive ending. So this is actually my first time finishing the game. That is true, and I'm glad to have finished it in tactician mode because in the classic difficulty we went all the way to, I believe it was the Nameless Isle, and we didn't really proceed further because the party disbanded and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna actually just continue here to
You think of the
give
Majesty,
myself
and the sorcerers they hunted,
the Red Prince ending.
and of the good. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their stolen world.
Right,
You look at the source around you. The power is immense.
divinity.
Divinity at your fingertips. You think of what you could do with such power. The rights you'd wrong, the wars you'd win. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind, and of those you met along the way, who stood by you or against you.
The writing in this game is just a 10 out of 10.
It's time
There's just
to
no question
choose
about
your
it.
fate,
It's
and the fate
insanely
of
good.
all you hold dear. What shall it be?
Even the voice acting and the choices, the sarcastic choices written, it just makes Divinity
Shall
is,
you be divine?
I guess, the best. There's really no other RPG game that has come close to this. And yeah, it's really sad to know that this is the end, but it's not over. It's always up for a chances for an honor mode playthrough, and maybe even Baldur's Gate 3. We don't know, but oh well. Let's just get it over with. And man, this is kind of emotional, to be honest.
After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aeteran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your own fate and the future of the world. What shall you do with divinity?
So here we go. Become the new divine. I'm gonna silence myself for this.
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm he was loved, worshipped and adored. Humans, lizards, elves and dwarves all rallied to his banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. From the depths of the Void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, I was freed of the God King's terrible tyranny. I avoided an eternity of pain and suffering. Now I fight for the other side. Now, I fight for the divine.
That ending was a lot shorter than the Purge Source ending. It's just insane how different it was. We didn't even get to see like the alternates to Phoenix has hatched. Let's talk to this.
Malady stands tall and proud, sunlight sparkling off her mask.
Well, here we are again. You, me, and the ship I've saved from ruin for your personal benefit. Get an eyeful, Your Holiness. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other.
She turns to you.
Look at you. Magnificent. Actually, I've never looked better, except for one small...
She fingers the mask covering her face. For a moment, it seems...
We've come a long way together. I did my best by you all the way. I sacrificed much. I'd give even more to see you become soon. I'd like... But, relax, enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Oh, I don't know, around and about. Treat myself to some mead, a level 300.
300.
I'd say, and when the time comes, I'll come find you, Your Holiness.
Nice. So, I guess everyone gets to keep their source, which is an interesting little thing. And I have that little divine glow about me. Not sure what it means though. Does it mean anything? Do I have anything in my possession? Let's see. Ghostly morning star. No, I don't seem to have anything new, do I? Don't think so. Still have the Stormbreaker. Let's just check my stats here. Does it make any differences? It's not. Anything here? No, it does not. So I guess besides that little glow on my head, there's really nothing else that proves that I'm divine, huh? It's kind of cool though. Let's talk to the Lady
It gives
Vengeance.
me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again. I will always be an ally to those that carry swords, to those whose... I am at the ready.
You look out to the endless beyond. The sun's light plays upon the waves, just as it always did. The sails flutter in the wind, just as they always will. And yet, something is different. You are different. And with a start, you realize where you must go next. You speak the command to the Lady Vengeance, and another chapter begins.
Right, here we go.
War raged on. Arx remained the center of power as the races united behind the Divine. But the Voidwoken attacks continued as they did elsewhere. Arx would see many more long years of war. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new Divine Alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the God King. The Empire used the war to expand its territory. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven Kingdom fought for the Divine, and her loyalty was unquestionable. Many fine and courageous dwarves did their people great honor, in battle and in death.
Yeah, because we spared Justinia, so she gets to do that.
With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on.
Fought on with what?
The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new Divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still.
Black Pits gives me nightmares, dude.
Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine.
Oh, interesting.
The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Arx battled on. . Sir Gareth thanked the surviving Seekers for their service and gave them their freedom. Disillusioned with ongoing war, he set out alone to find a new purpose. He would never stop seeking. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war.
At least you can find me some items.
Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally, but she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again.
Tarkin just sounds so badass.
Ahu the wizard served the new divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. The undead priestess Gratiana remained in her sanctuary, happy to wait for the war to pass. She was troubled only by the silence of her goddess. Jehan the demon hunter never stopped hunting for demons. Sahala sought to strengthen the Elven alliance with the new divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void, but she could never be sure that the new divine trusted her. Tova, her mother, was Sahala's most trusted warrior.
I guess for destroying the mother tree, that's what we get.
The Beast of the Sea returned to the Dwarven Kingdom to lead the dwarves in the fight against the Void.
Marcus Miles.
After a series of public blunders, Marcus eschewed political power and returned to the sea. The Beast and the Lady Vengeance sail on.
A pirate's life for me.
Fane travelled Rivellon, notebook in hand, recording the wonders he discovered. He kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals, hoping to find the wife he had lost. He's still looking. With a small band of elves, Ifan Ben Medst replanted the lost forests. After the first fresh shoots broke the earth, Ifan returned to the war, leading the elves in service of the divine. Some say Afrit, his soul wolf, walks the forest still. And then there was you. And you, the Red Prince, the Lizard Divine. What did you do with your power? What kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Did you wish you'd surrendered the power that runs through your veins and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
I saw a dialogue, but I couldn't do anything about it. Well, that was insane. Larian, you have won my heart, and I hope millions others, because this game is absolutely insane. What a fulfilling ending, and not just for the game itself. I think, like, the way it inspires other games to, to know that there's such a high bar that's been set. Yeah, I think this game has done a service to mankind, if you ask me. So anyway, it's been a blast. Hopefully, we'll see each other in honor mode someday. Not sure. Take care, guys.